So I've done a thin wash of Prussian blue over the pale blue that I had on there, and it's really started to bring out the detail. So now I've got to do the black trims, fur trim on the jackets, and start putting some of the gold detail on the lacy bits. So I shall get on with that now. So it's starting to take shape now. I've done a black trim for the fur around the pellies, the coat, the jacket that goes over the shoulder. So it's starting to look quite nice. Look even better when I do all the lace, which is going to be in gold. So that's going to really look extremely flashy, and there will be gold tassels on the tops of the boots as well. So get in there. I can't remember what colour I was going to do the sleeves, the cuffs rather, but I'll have a look at that. I think they're black. No, they're actually red, so that is going to look quite fancy. I mean, if you're going to do hussars, do the fancy one, as I say. As for the horses, yeah, they're coming on as well. Just see if I can get in there. Again, standard 172 scale horses with all the bridlery in all the right places, so they haven't missed anything like that. There are a few Airfix sets where they do just miss stuff off because they just couldn't be bothered. But everything in this set is there, and surprisingly more detail than I expected as well, so which I will then be pointing out when we do the final shots of them, which won't be long now. So let's carry on. Well, I painted the cuffs white and then red on top of that, make it stand out more, and I went round the little sashes that got around her waists in white, because those are also going to be in yellow and red, which will, once I've done those, I mean that's a really nice touch to do on these figures. Sashes around the waist looks really good. And then I'll just have to do the gold detail on the shirt and pellies, the scabbards, the hilt of the sword, and in this case the drums. So very nearly there, and a couple of things on the top of the boots as well. So, oh, and I've got to do the collars, which I should have done really first off, because they're actually the same colour as the shirt. Never mind, I'll do that next. Okay, I'm just going to do a sort of compare and contrast. So this one on the left has had the gold lace done. Bear in mind, as usual, these are 172 scale. You don't have to be, over dramatic with the paint job. I might have to touch this one up a little bit though. But yeah, this one hasn't got the gold, so you can see the difference. Done the little bits on the tops of the boots, which looks quite nice. And there you have it. I'll just turn this one round to show you a little bit of extra detail. So they do have a little bit of lace on the sleeves there, just above the cuffs, which is also quite nice. A little bit of a unexpected bonus there. I think I'm going to do a stripe down the side of the trousers as well. Probably in red, so let's get on with that. And the other thing is they've got these nice little, not stripes up the back of the jacket, but these nice curvy bits. And I've gone round the, what's it called now? The bit that hangs down. I can't remember what it's called now, but I've gone round the edge of that in gold and put a little red gold spot in the middle there, just to suggest that it's got some sort of crest in there. So there you go. Now I've just finished the waist belts around the middles of these guys, and I've got to say this is one of the bits I really do enjoy doing on hussars, because I think it really does make the figure. It's an extra bit of colour, well, two colours in this case. It's usually two colours, but when you look at the finished effort, I think the sashes really do make it look really good, and it's a little bit fiddly, and you really just have to give the impression that there's two colours on there. So there's on this one, the drummer, there's 3 bits of red and 2 bits of yellow. Of course, in natural life there'd be a lot more than that, but it's a bit like doing Highlanders. It's to give the impression that you've made the effort to make it look like that. And at 1/72 scale, a familiar comment from me, it looks great. Also done the chords on the drum as yellow as well, just to give it an extra bit of colour there rather than white. And this guy from the side again, I've done the sash on there. So they're basically done. All I've got left to do is these scabbards, which will be done in silver with little gold bits for the clasps on them, and that will be them done. One thing I might point out is that it's a real shame that there's not any white strap across the chest of these figures, which a lot of Hussar figures have, for their ammunition pouches, because basically they're carrying carbines, aren't they? And none of these posers actually have the carbines. Some of them in the set do have the carbines, but they would all in general have a carbine, and that would mean they would have the ammunition pouch with them. So that's a shame. Other Hussar sets do have that, but it would be very difficult to actually draw them on here with a thin white stripe, or some plastic that you'd cut into a thin strip would probably do. A bit of thin plastic card would do, maybe, or even paper could probably do it as well. But I didn't bother with these because I just wanted to paint them as Airfix intended, so that's why they're not there. But just saying that maybe that would be something to consider if you want to do a bit of conversion work. It's a shame, but it's not there. So let's finish these off. Just got the scabbards to do, and I'll just show you the horses quickly.